Hey everybody, this is Jada on piano, where we make music make sense. So today I'm going to do something really special. I'm getting ready to begin a series called Transcription Live. It's going to be 40 for 40. Why is it 40 for 40? Because this weekend I'm celebrating my 40th birthday. So I want to translate that to my YouTube channel. I'm celebrating all year. Every week I'm going to bringing you a new video where I'm transcribing live. This is something that you don't see often, maybe not even at all. So we're going to bring it to you. What you're going to do is learn from me live on camera. It's not pre-scripted as far as let me take the time and learn and then get it right. It's going to happen in front of you so I can talk about the process and things like that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see it every Monday and tune in so you can learn these different things, different theory, application, how to use the things you learn in videos in your songs, not just learn it for the song that's written there. So get ready. Let's listen really quickly, hear the song or hear the version. Let's get it started. Let's listen. Video is almost over. It was about a minute long. Yes. Okay, so that was the video. Now, what I have, first things first, when you're transcribing, we need to figure out the key. Then we need to figure out what chords are in the key, their function, and we go through it step by step. So when I'm transcribing, the first thing I like to do is figure out the key. So let's go back to the top here a little bit. Now, if we had to walk that up, let's see. I'm hearing the first thing I heard, and if you know this song, you know the bass note, I believe, starts on the 1. And I think the original is in D flat. Yes, so bass note did start on 1. I think it's in D flat, and so that's the very first part if we're in that key. So we know that wasn't the key. Let's go back and hear what he did. We're taking our time. We're going through it. Here we go. Okay, so the hum we're hearing, that's all I needed because we know what key it's in originally, but we know it's not in that key. I heard, forgive my singing, that's the hum I heard. So if, let's get, notice, found my key. See what I'm saying? So it doesn't even matter what key I hit initially, I can find the key. So if we use our example, we knew it was a 1 chord. So when we got to the E, and it was in first inversion, see? We need this in first inversion. So let's listen to get the notes now. We know it's in E. Okay, so here's the second thing that I'm doing when I'm transcribing. I want to hear the bass note and I want to hear the melody note. Those are the 2 notes that I want to hear first and what I'm listening for so that I can take that and then put the chord in the middle. Because if you got the bottom and you got the top, all you have to do is fill in the gap in the middle. So this is what I'm actually hearing. And then I heard the chord outline. So I think that's what we're hearing there. Okay, let's listen. That's just the first 3 chords, right? And then while I'm dealing with those chords, I want to do kind of sections to make sure I'm getting it right. So that could be one section right there. Right? Let's get that. That's just one little chunk. And if that's all we can do, that's all we can do right then. Then we come back, we work it up that way. Let's go. See, I was hearing the whole chord. So that's what we heard for that. But we got the bass notes. Right? And let's keep going. Right, so that's what we've got so far. Let's hear the melody. Let's hear what's happening. Go back. Okay, so we've got, now we've got all of that. Now let's fill in the gaps. Let's hear what we've got. We're going back. Right? I'm filling in the gaps. And here's what else I'm hearing. Because these are so open, but I'm hearing the whole chord. Look at this. These are great options. And we know this about Glenn Gibson, but these are great options for drop 2s. If this was down here. We got that. And we got that. Well, what else is making this chord? See this? If the only note that's missing, we're still hearing an E chord. So I'm hearing, right? Let's listen and then play along with it. If you play along with me, get your keyboard out. Let's go back. Let's hear it. Let's play along. Now that's going fast, but right? And then we were here. Now, if we know anything about the key of E, let's know our keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the 1, right? Well, we know, let's get our chords. 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, back to the 1. So when we got here, that's what we're getting at. So when we were here, we expected a 1 chord because it's on the E and it was sounding in root position. We got here, we have a couple of choices. We could either think it's a 3 or we could think it's first inversion. And in fact, it was first inversion. Now, just getting these 2 notes, we still could think that, right? But if that's the first thing we thought, we go back and listen. But we don't hear that in there. We hear that first inversion, right? So, and it was in that inversion. Remember, got my outsides and put my inside in it. So, right? That's what we've got. Now we're here. Now, if we look at this as the root, we're thinking, right? We're thinking that, and this would be C sharp because we're in the key of E. In fact, let me, I was looking to change my, I won't change it. I'll leave it there for the moment. But that's what we've got, and we're expecting this. But let's listen, see if that's what we're hearing when we get to that chord. So we need the 3rd chord, right? Let's play our 3rd chord with it and see what we get. Did that match? Let me do it one more time because I didn't play the whole thing. Hold on. Go back a little further. Did that match? Did you hear this? Let me help you out. We did not hear this note. Now let me show you what we actually heard. Now, just like I said, we had 2 options with this, and we could have went here, or we could have went here because this was first inversion. Well, check this out. This is also first inversion. So he went, right? That's what happened. Let's hit it this time. Listen. You always got to go back and check. It's so important. You hear that? So we're matching that, okay? We've only done 3 chords, but we've got it. See that? Right? That was the first inversion chord of A. What's happening before we even move further? we know we have a progression that's a 1 to a 4. Look what he did. We went there. We went 1. This is still 1. And then 4. Right? We didn't expect to get there that quickly. Right? Now, let's keep going. Oh, hold on. Remember, that was our next note? And that was our next note? Well, lo and behold, that's our 5 chord. And then we went back. So, okay. Let's listen. Notice how many times I've listened to this. We haven't even moved on. We're 3 seconds into the song. So, we've got this. Sorry, it wasn't this note. That was me putting that on there. Let's listen. That it could be the F sharp minor. It could be C as a 13. Let's hear what he's doing with it. So important. If we're hearing 4 notes or 3. See what I'm saying? We're going step by step here. Okay, so we're hearing real clean. I didn't hear this. Notice how I hit that to see if I heard it, and I didn't. So let's do that again. Real open. Another open chord right there. It is a drop. Yes, a drop 2, but it's in second inversion. Take this out and put it down there. Right? So that's the first phrase. That's all we've got, but that's exactly that. And we keep going all the way through to the next part. Let's keep going. So we got our first phrase. If I need to practice that a couple of times, because we just learned it. We wanted to get in our system. We wanted to hear those sounds. We want to get used to them. So let's take it slow. That's all we had. Let's do it again. Let's do it again because I didn't see that. Getting more comfortable. Right? I'm using my. You can see. Red is when I don't have the pedal. Green is when I do. So you can see I'm also trying to match my pedal with the connections of the chords. Right? Right? And he also had some dynamics in there. Okay, let's listen. After we work it up, we might even try to play along. Let's see if I can do it. See, to get that timing. And notice, we were here. He actually I had heard the lower one when I was playing. So he got that in there as well. He's also got bigger hands than you. We can just stretch it out like that, right? So we got that first phrase. It's taken us maybe 10 minutes, but then again, I'm talking through it. You saw it only took seconds really when I was doing the whole thing. I was going chord by chord. So we've got that much just in that phrase. So take that, probably would have taken about 2 to 3 minutes if you're just trying to hear note for note, but I've talked about several things. Now let's go on. Let's go back. That's another phrase. And so we've already heard this. So that's the thing that you're looking for when you're listening to these different songs. You learn a new, if you've never heard this before, but this is the first time you heard it, well, you're hearing it again. So he did it. That's the first time you heard it. And then he went back. See what I'm saying? I hear all of that. We just had this chord. We just had this chord. Right? So let's keep going. just seconds. Notice that, because I heard what I recognized from what we just did. I don't have to figure out a new voicing. We just did it. Okay? Same thing. Let's go back. Okay, so we just heard that. Now, we're probably going to hear something different. Oh, wait. Go back a little bit. We're 6 seconds in. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I think we might have that, or it's one of those two. Let's see what he does. I hit the wrong thing. Let me go back a little further. Okay, so we've got that, and then let's we're hearing that. Now we know this can be a 6 chord because that would be the root, and we also can think this as a 4 chord. So let's try both. We either need this note here or this one. So let's hear. Let's try. Do we hear that, or let's listen. Now that we've figured out our couple of options. Hold on. I didn't go back far enough. Let's see. We're hearing that one. And he might even be using the E instead of the C sharp. Let's listen. This is. I think he's using the. I don't even think he's using this. Just so open there. So he's using the 7th of the chord and left that out. Those kinds. Now, is it wrong if you do that? No. Is it wrong if you do that? No. You haven't even changed the chord. Notice this says F minor 7. This says F minor. This says F minor 7. Whether you use the 7 or not, it's not going to change the function of this chord. It's still a minor chord, okay? So we listen to these things, but we learn exactly because it shows us our options of voicing. This here, in this context, sounds a little bit more open. That sounds a little more heavy. You never know which one you need in a particular setting. So if we go back, okay, right? We've got 2 whole phrases. We're up to about 9 seconds, okay? We got all of that. Sorry, see? And that's where practice comes in. You learn and then you practice. Right? And then he goes into another move there. But take these parts. Let's hear the theory. Or we said this was 1, and then this is 4 in first inversion. 5. Back to the 4, then 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, and then 1. So if I played this in the basic form of how Kirk did it, he does a 1 to 4, but he did it. Glenn is hitting the chords on every move, see? But the actual one goes, right? So, that's the basic form of the song. So 1, 1, 4, 5, 1. We took that overall form, or Glenn took it. Okay, we still got to the 4 right there. Then, still on the 4, 5. Now the 5 is what we're on. And then here's our 1, right? So 5 is what the actual song does on the record. But he, inside this 5, because if I held that down, you hear all this. And then I let it up just real quick when I got to the other harmonies there. But the overall structure right there would be that 5, and we would what was on it? Let's see. And then we're back here. Right? So if I held down the 5 again, trying to see how I can get that in there. Oh, okay. So, notice how all that fits over the 5. If we had it nice and open, see that? So those kind of things, that's what we're looking for. That's the kind of things we're working through. But and I'm gonna stop there because you're gonna see all that on Monday. This is a sneak peek. I think I'll do a different video, but we'll see if I get back to this one. I'll put a complete transcription of this up very soon because I haven't finished it, of course. This is my first time working through it with you guys. I want it to be as authentic as possible so you can see what's going on. But you're going to get this, you're going to get that theory like we were doing. Then we put this kind of stuff in other contexts. What's going to be happening on the video itself or the transcriptions when we're doing it live. Of course, if people have questions, that's cool, right here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you want to comment. But we're going to be talking about that stuff, and then you're going to see and hear like those chords that you couldn't quite hear. You're going to see how we're figuring them out and working through all of that stuff, okay? You're going to see me using practice methods, how I practice in very short bits here. It's going to be an hour-long video. We're not going to sit here for 5 and 6 hours. It's going to be 1 hour. That's it. So the challenge for me is to get as much of a song done in an hour as possible. Now, this is 1 minute, and it's fairly open. We heard it at the beginning. So this might not take an hour, but there's other things that are complicated that the whole song might take more than an hour, right? But the goal here is I'm going to be spending 1 hour doing a transcription, getting as much done as possible. If you see me get a particular thing wrong, and I can go back and verify it and, you know, hear the chord you're telling me it actually is, if you are the first person in the comments, you will get the MIDI for that video for free. So it would be helpful to be in the comments right there, you know, answering questions so that you would be able to get that MIDI free. If I get something wrong, it's yours. So yeah, tell your friends, subscribe to the channel, share this video if you think that's something other people might be interested in as well. And I will see you guys on Mondays for our live transcription. Be blessed.